Hey, what's up everybody? Got a brand new hunter build for you today. It's going to be on Arcstrider, and it's going to be pretty similar to what I was using during my King's Fall run that I posted not that long ago. Anyways, basic premise, Trinity Ghoul, really good. Elemental Orbs, they're not that great, but Elemental Munitions, very good. That's the whole thing, so let's just get into it. Let's start by configuring our subclass for Super, Arcstrider Grenade. It really doesn't matter depending on the content you're in. Flashbang grenades are probably the best because, if you use Spark of Shock, it sends overloads and unstoppables by itself. Or you could use something like Pulse Grenades or Arc Bolt Grenades. Really, you could use whatever you want here. Melee, it just depends. You can use combination blow, but that kind of locks down your aspect slot. You can use disorienting blow. It is what it is. Aspects, honestly, doesn't matter. If you like Tempest Strike, go ahead and use it, but you need flow state. And need is even kind of a strong word, honestly. But moving on to our fragments, Spark of Amplitude, so we make more orbs of power. Spark of Ions to, whenever we jolt enemies, we get traces. Spark of Discharge, so that our weapon kills can make traces. And Spark of Shock, so our grenades apply jolt. That's basically all that matters for the subclass. If you want to use Gambler's Dodge, so you have infinite melee, that's sick. If you want disorienting blow so you can blind on melee hits, that's sick too. It doesn't really matter. But now we're gonna move on. Our exotics we'll be using Trinity Ghoul, one of the best ad clear exotics in the game, especially for Arc. And then in this video, I'm using Star Eater skills. In my King's Fall version of this build, I was using Lucky Pants and Warden's Law for the meme. It was really good, but it was a meme. But yeah, if you run anything that isn't Lucky Pants, or anything like that, I recommend this season running a stasis fusion rifle in your kinetic slot. That way you have another source of unstop. You have easy access to jolt because you're an arc hunter, and elemental orbs. And then you're heavy, something like hothead. If you don't have a hothead, I'm sure there's other arc rocket launchers. The rocket launcher from the Shattered Throne dungeon should be arc. And I think there's a couple others. I just can't think of them at the moment. But yeah, arc rocket launchers. That's going to be your bread and butter. And of course, it could be a different element, but arc will serve you best. And the reason for that is, of course, surge mods stacking with not only your primary, but also your heavy. And then we got the artifact where we have monochromatic maestro, where when it matches your subclass, it can do more damage. And you pair that with arc elemental orbs, and if you launch a rocket into a crowd, you're probably getting an orb. And then you throw the orb at another crowd, and you're probably making heavy and special ammo that, if you have heavy ammo from that, you can feel free to just kind of spend it. Which is great for raids, especially when we were doing Golgoroth or Oryx. Those two come to mind because during the Golgoroth fight, you kind of use a lot of heavy ammo doing DPS to Golgoroth in the pit. But I had a door to myself that I was just hitting Trinity Ghoul, picking up the orb, waiting for another group to spawn, throwing the orb, and just repeating that process over and over again. It was a sea of heavy ammo by the end of it. It's harder to tell on my screen because I was picking it up most of the time, but my fire team would walk by my area and go, "Holy shit, why is there so much ammo here?" every time. And then same thing with Oryx. I had my own plate, and my plate was surrounded by heavy and special ammo at a perfect time for people to grab it so that we had ammo going into the next DPS phase. So that's where I see this excelling is raid content. Nightfalls, it's not as strong. Of course, bows do have anti-barrier, so you can have all three pretty easily accessible in this build. But that's not the main point. It's mainly to clean out shitter ads, which Trinity Ghoul's a lot worse at, and so are Elemental Orbs at higher difficulty content. So raids with high ad density, like parts of King's Fall, parts of Last Wish kind of do, and like Root, just are the ones that come to mind. Those are great options for this build. Nightfalls, it gets a little more rough, but if you're just goofing around, this is a great build. Grasp of Avarice would be a great build for. This would be a great build for, or if you're going back and doing old battlegrounds, stuff like that. So, super fun build. Our artifact, though, Arc Elemental Orbs, that matters. I guess bow anti-barrier matters. Elemental Fury, all the pickup mods. Like that fourth column, those three middle ones, those matter. Then Elemental Munitions and, Monochromatic Maestro. That's it. That's all you need. It's really good. Throw on some Arc Surges, throw on an Arc Siphon or Harmonic Siphon more realistically because it's cheaper. Arc Loader so you can reload your rocket launcher faster and Trinity Ghoul faster. And then probably Arc Reserves. If you're not in difficult content, if you're in more difficult content, you should probably be running resistance mods. But yeah, fun, really, really fun build that you should all try out. It's kind of goofy and I like that. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. This build is a lot of fun to make. And please like, comment, and subscribe. Check out that King's Fall video. Check out that pinned comment down below. And I'll see you next time.